Hey guys, welcome to the Face to Face Gaming Podcast number 16. It is Wednesday, February 12th, and this will come out on Valentine's Day. Believe it or not, whatever. Who cares?
Well, considering you're the only one of us with a girlfriend / wife.
Whatever. Anyway, I'm Thompson.
I'm Lyndon.
I'm eating a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious
Delicious
I'm sure you had
cookies.
I had one. It was great.
Yeah.
I had about 4 in total.
Did you bogart the cookies?
No. When it came to cookie time, there was only 3 left. So I had one, you had one, you had one. That was it.
I'm Alex.
Yeah. Anyway. So, what you been playing?
I'll go last.
Okay.
Because I've got the least to talk about.
Yeah, you do. All right, Lyndon?
Well, I'll start with the obvious, League of Legends and Smite. Actually, Smite's more new. Been really getting into that 3v3 joust mostly. It's
Keep going.
kind of awesome. I've found, but that said, I've only been playing one champion, and I haven't stopped playing that one champion.
Who are you playing
What
as?
is Smite?
Smite is a similar to League of Legends, and then it's a MOBA where you have
Multiplayer online battle arena.
yes, you have the minions and the champions going against each other, but it's all skill shots.
Which means that you have to shoot everybody.
You have to aim everything.
You have to aim.
There is no click and this does this.
Yeah.
It's
It's also third person.
Yes.
yeah, also third person, which is different.
And better in some cases.
Yeah, I've been playing Neath, and all she does is backflip and do damage.
Well, how does she do damage? Because it's all themed.
Yeah, it's all
it's all gods. I can't remember what god
of various
she is.
religions, which is something to know.
Pantheons.
Well, there's Greek gods, Roman gods, Hindu,
Norse.
Who's the Roman god?
I thought there was.
TJ would know more about that, or
TJ.
Brennan. Brennan would know.
Yeah,
more
Brennan
about
would know a lot, but
Brennan smites.
whatever. I don't care that much.
Yes.
All I know is that there are lots of gods from different religions throughout time, which is pretty cool.
Yes. Anyway, it's starting to get my hook and focus, and yeah, that's about it. One game I'm getting into on the Android is Hoplite. What?
I hope that came across. All right, mute phone.
Yes. Hoplite. It was. I actually didn't. Haven't looked up a lot of history, so maybe you can get a bit more on it. But it was one of the. It was a game. There was a bunch of. It was developed in that. You develop a game in a week or something like that.
There's a game jam of some sort.
Yeah, something like that. And it was one of those, and it's free to get on Android, and it's super addictive. It's a turn-based RPG / dungeon crawler.
I would say it's a roguelike in that sense, because you start off with your basic character. It's a very simple roguelike. And you go through the level, moving turn-based, and you've got a simple melee attack as well as a spear to throw and an ability to jump. And you can jump over dudes and attack from behind and move around the level and get...
Side scroller, top down.
Top
what is
down.
it?
Top down, and so you move. So you've got yourself, and you move one space at a time, or you can jump, or there's various things you can do. There's one upgrade space on the map, so you can upgrade your health, or you have various other options. You can increase your jump range, or
how far you can throw your spear.
yeah, and then there's the stairs to get down to the next depth. And the idea is you get down to depth 16 and then teleport back with something.
Okay.
We haven't gotten that.
Fleece.
It's a golden fleece.
Golden
Oh,
fleece.
so it's Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think about to depth 12 or something like that.
Okay.
I've got to... I want to say 9.
Yeah, it's actually it takes a lot of thought. And I went to bed last night at around probably 11:30 and didn't stop until about 2:30. This morning sucked badly.
Well, when does it not?
But that
is
said,
true.
the game is
That
very
is true.
addictive and it's very good. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I've been playing it a fair bit too now that you got me onto that. Actually, in the course of today, I downloaded it and started playing it this afternoon, and now I'm hooked. It's a lot of fun. It's really easy to get into, but it's not a big suck of your time. You can just stop at any time.
Not what he just said.
Well, okay.
You can stop at any time.
If you're not addicted like Lyndon, if you're not easily, you get that thing where that itch then it's okay. You can back out.
Hold on. How much have you... Did you get any work done this afternoon?
Some?
I'll take it.
All my tests were fairly long-term. You know, you set up, you do the thing, you wait for 40 minutes, and then you go.
You play some games?
No, a little bit.
Watch some YouTube? No big deal?
No, YouTube. Set up YouTube. Watch his highlights. He did the backflip thing.
Backflips, yes. Highlights were good.
But yeah, Hoplites, I like it. It's a lot of fun. It's, like you said, free. So
Just on Android, though.
I don't know. It
actually
might
haven't
be
looked.
on iOS.
It may be on iOS.
I'll Google it real quick.
The Google.
Let's see. Oh, keep riffing.
Riffing.
Talk.
Well, actually, my only 3 games remaining are ones that I'd actually like you to talk about first,
All right. Well,
which would be Octodad
Octodad
and Payday.
and Payday.
And a little bit of 10-Second Ninja and Nidhogg.
Okay,
But-
it is on iTunes. Hoplite is on iTunes.
Okay.
It is on
It's
iTunes.
also free still?
$2.
$2. But you know, even for $2, it's worth it. You know, you just go around, do stuff, kill dudes. And like I said, it's easy to get into, easy to figure out, difficult to master, and just fun.
And actually, the one thing I was really impressed with is almost every game you install requires like a huge permission list, or at least just a couple to serve you ads. This one literally said requires no permissions. They don't serve you ads. They don't.
Yep, they don't mess around.
Well, they're not trying to make money on Android.
Yeah, no.
Well, and I think iOS, there's certain licensing involved in getting onto their market.
Wouldn't surprise me.
But anyway, Alex, I'll hand it to you.
Like you said, we've been playing Octodad, Dadliest Catch.
Oh, the dadliest.
Had a double feature on the site with a trial run and a review. On the whole, it's a good game. Co-op roulette mode is definitely the best mode. It's not terribly long, which sucks, but I can see.
I don't know. I'm not sure I'd want much more than 2 hours of that.
I don't know.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't overstay its welcome.
No,
No.
it certainly doesn't. But I felt wanting more when I was done.
Well, that's what the co-op and
Yeah.
considering it's Steam Workshop enabled, you can get more.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got some hope for, in the future as it matures and more levels come out. The levels that we checked out in the trial run were a lot of fun, and I tried playing them by myself. And that Colossus one, I don't think you can properly play it without at least 2 people. Just the way to climb and get up, because in single player mode you've only got the one arm, and you really need to do some like cliffhanger shit where you got one arm on either and you're trying to make your way. You didn't even watch a trial run? You didn't watch a trial run, Lyndon?
I didn't watch it. I was there, but I didn't watch it.
You were there. You actively participate. You understand what's going on, but you...
If you would have had something in the trial one where each of you held a stick attached to a small person and tried to control that small person with those sticks, I definitely would have watched it.
So what you want is an actual...
I want you guys to Octodad.
Or you want us to marionette a midget.
I would rather the midget be a flaily father, but I won't be mad if it's
If
not.
we give him enough muscle relaxants.
That's true. He's got a point, Also that.
Nobody suspects a thing. Just walk around with those sticks.
So, yeah,
Japanese kabuki theater while wearing black ninja suits and just
Oh.
have sticks.
that'd be sweet.
Pretty sure that's legal.
I'd still watch
I
it.
mean, unless we pay him, and then we probably couldn't tranquilize him.
Maybe you could pay him to allow you to tranquilize him?
Not sure you're legally allowed to do that.
Are you sure?
No?
I don't know. I paid doctors to tranquilize me.
Yeah, but they went to school for that.
That's true. We didn't.
No.
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 But we could. Not
You
the
get
school
on
thing.
that.
Not the school thing. The tranquilizing thing.
We need tranquilizers, though.
Yeah, we can get that.
Again, we're slowly edging back towards the illegal part.
Oh, it's just,
Problem?
on the side.
I'll take the hit, as long as it's entertaining.
Lyndon, our fallback.
Fall guy.
Fall guy.
I'll blame the brick.
Yeah, you should, because we're going to hit you over
That's
it.
not a tranquilizer, as much as you might think it is.
It'll tranquilize me.
I disagree. It'll make you tranquil for a while, but you'll have one hell of a headache in a while, in a little bit.
No different. I've had hangovers.
That is true. Anyway, the next one on the list, Nidhogg. More Nidhogg. Always Nidhogg.
Basically, this is what we did on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we played 8-player tournament mode for the first time ever. And it was fun.
That was a
It's
blast.
still fast, which is nice.
Well,
yeah,
and
actually.
there was some new guys, and they picked it up right away, and
Yeah.
they had a lot of fun. And there were some not so new guys, and we still had a lot of fun just throwing swords and getting stabbed with our own swords that we threw.
Yeah.
It was always
Nidhogg.
it was interesting to see, because of course we're going all out the entire time. It was interesting to see how everything went if a new guy faced a veteran like one of us here, and the different play styles, because of course the new guy is going to take it carefully, just get the sword ready, poke, jab, whereas us are just like, throw a sword, dive kick, run,
Dive,
run.
kick, dive, kick, dive, kick, throw, die.
I kind of don't like the dive kick move.
No?
Oh,
You don't think so?
I understand its purpose, but I'd rather much just have a jump. The ability to do aerial kind of
Attacks.
knockdowns is, I kind of feel against the ethos of Nidhogg.
I don't know. I mean, I see your point, but at the same time, it keeps the speed up.
I think it would be much less chaotic
Yeah.
without dive kicking. And I don't know if that's good or bad. Because I have a lot of
Depends
fun.
on
Like,
what you're looking for in the game, I
we,
guess.
we played this afternoon, and it was just like back and forth, like it was hard to keep track of. And it was complete chaos, but we were laughing the whole time.
Oh, exactly. So, I don't know. I definitely see your point, because it does make it a little bit...
Yeah, that being
out
said,
there.
we haven't actually played it without it. There is a variant where you can turn dive kicks off,
Yeah,
so
I've
I'd
never
actually
played that
probably
way.
have to play that
Yeah.
before I give a final say one way or the other. But I think it'd be interesting to try.
It's actually a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a turbo low grav. That's...
Also, don't like low grav.
Oh, I love low grav.
It makes it way too easy to just ignore the other player and run. I mean, the guy who gets the first kill has way too much of an advantage.
I think maybe more so on turbo mode.
Yes, very much. Well,
Yeah.
turbo mode is just nuts.
Yep.
Turbo mode is fantastically crazy. And that's really the only mode that we play often. We play regular mode sometimes, but...
But it feels so slow after getting used to turbo.
Oh yeah, because it's just like... Zoom, 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 zoom. And it makes it so much better, in my opinion. But, I mean, it's fast. It's really fast. But, either way. Nidhogg. Lots of Nidhogg. And one of the games that you wanted to talk about, Payday 2. We've got our live stream going every Thursday, so check out that. It's fun. I've actually had people talk to me about the live stream who don't really play video games at all. Like, they played a little bit, but they sat down and, like, they're not one to sit down and watch video games. They sat there for, like, 2 hours and watched the live stream. Apparently, we were entertaining. I don't know how. People
that have fantasies of robbing banks, maybe?
No. Like, the kind of people who would look at a video game video, watch it for a few minutes, go, I'm bored. Sat it for like an hour and 40 minutes straight. We were apparently really funny. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me either, but whatever. But yeah, we're making our way to Infamy, which is the level 100 plus 200 million in the offshore account so that you can lose it all and get sunglasses. It's a prestige mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With sunglasses.
Well, the difference between this mode and prestige in the Call of Duty series is that you get to keep all your guns. I don't know if you get to keep skills. I hope you do, but I have a feeling you don't. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is that you still have your weapons.
Considering once you're at that level and can start doing,
The insanely hard jobs.
Yeah, on
Overkill.
Overkill. Well, the Overkill professional modes or whatever.
Yeah, the pro jobs.
Pro jobs. Yeah, you can make the money to get those skills back really goddamn fast.
Yeah. Well, but
unless they bump up the price of them. I don't know.
There has been a lot of balancing, probably since the last time you played.
Yeah, I got to about level 60 a couple weeks, maybe a month after it came out. I haven't touched it since.
Oh, there's lots. It is very different. There's still some standards that, there's like the smash and grab in the jewelry store, that's still there. But there's a lot that has changed for the big jobs, just in balancing. And there's a lot more different cops, there's different missions, there's a whole line of transport jobs where you take out a armored vehicle. And if you find blueprints on one of them, you can go for a train job, which I'm really excited to try. I don't know when, but eventually.
Kind of intrigued. I'm going to have to watch that.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fun. And I'm uploading those to YouTube as well, so we've got a bit of an archive as well. So, but yeah, it's the game is keeping up. There's been a lot of new content being thrown at it.
Considering it's still within the top 10 games on Steam, like the top sellers, and has been basically since it came out.
Yeah.
They're making mad cash.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when the zombie craze first hit with like Left 4
DayZ.
Dead and stuff like that.
It is basically...
It's a 4-player co-op that...
Yeah, instead of zombies, you've got, cops.
Yeah.
But it is still
actually.
wave-based survival.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
totally.
It's a niche.
Yeah, it's a genre.
Yeah, it is now, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a particularly large genre. I mean, there's not a crap ton of games in it, but it's still definitely recognizably, its own thing.
Well, maybe this time next year we'll be seeing a Bank Z.
No.
No,
No.
no,
No?
no.
No, I don't think so. It's okay. I don't want that. Enough with the zombie shit, really. I mean, there's a few games out there that I'm still excited for that have zombies in them. Like,
Walking Dead.
that's one for you, anyway. I've never played them. You played that, too.
The first
You
one or the
know
second
that
series?
already.
I know, but it just makes me so unhappy with you every time.
He doesn't like stories, basically.
You're dead inside.
Which gets me to my next game that I tried. I finally got around to trying Kentucky Route Zero.
Which is all story.
Yeah. I was confused.
It's a very surreal narrative.
It's incredibly surreal.
I've never even heard of that.
No? Well, it's a point-and-click adventure based on Kentucky finding this hidden highway. And it's interesting.
I don't think his name's Kentucky.
Hmm?
I don't think his name's Kentucky.
No, his name isn't Kentucky. I never said that.
That's what you said.
Did I?
Yeah.
His name's Conway.
Yeah. You said Kentucky's search for a hidden highway.
Did I say that? Well, fuck it, whatever. Doesn't matter. The point is that
The more
it's
important question is, what's the dog called?
Blue.
Okay, so you went for that one.
Yep.
Because that's the one thing I really, really like about that game is that you basically craft the narrative yourself. So you had the option, like one of the very first things you do in the game is you can talk at your dog, and kind of, the option is, I haven't played it in a little while, but the option is something similar to, this is your dog named Blue, he is wearing a hat?
Yeah.
Or this is, I don't remember what the other option was.
It was like Blue, like Rover or something like that, and then I don't know.
Yes, and basically he could be a male dog called Blue with a hat, or it could be a female dog called Rover without a hat, and...
Other way around there. Blue is female.
Oh, whatever.
Doesn't matter. But
Like I said, I haven't played it since it came out.
Or-
Actually, I haven't played episode 2 yet either. I should really go do that.
I was going to play it before today, but didn't get the chance.
And basically, the really cool thing about it, beyond the art style and the music, which are both fantastic, is
I
that...
agree.
As you go through, the options you pick basically craft the world, rather than it being a static, predetermined series of events. If you chose to have your dog be a male, then it's male for the rest of the game. If you chose it to be female, it's female for the rest of the game. If
It stands to reason.
yes, usually.
Yeah.
If we're in our modern age, I mean, things can change.
That's true. That is absolutely true. But it's I don't know.
It's not your kind of game.
No, it's not, because I'm the type of gamer that'll go to a game that I will be sucked into something that is pure fun escapism. That's really my thing. I want to lose myself in a game. That's why I like stuff like Dark Souls, where it's just I sit there for 4 or 5 hours, forget about the world, and all of a sudden I'm hanging out with my buddy Solaire, and we're getting shit done. Like that's the type of game that I want to get into. I don't necessarily want to feel when I'm playing a game. I can.
You don't. You never do.
I just typically don't.
You've played none of the games of the past, 14 months that have feels. And
Yeah, that's true.
it's been a good goddamn year for that.
It has been. It's not my thing. And I know I've been really, hurting myself by not playing these games. Gone Home, especially. Like, that's...
Gone Home, Brothers, A Tale of Two
Brothers,
Sons.
yes.
I mean, you played the Swapper, but I guess you were playing for the puzzles more than the abject morality choices.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The narrative was interesting. I liked it. That one was surreal. But yeah, no, I usually just play to lose myself and have a good time. So, anyway, the point is, my views on Kentucky Route Zero are not necessarily everybody's views on Kentucky Route Zero, because everybody fucking loves that game. And I can see why.
But the logic extrapolated beyond that says you didn't love it?
I was compelled by it, but I wasn't necessarily into it. Like, the story was interesting, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I love the art style. I like the sound music design. That's very cool.
Got the soundtrack right here.
Nice. But yeah, and the characters are interesting but weird. And
yes.
Yeah, I don't know. The narrative confused me. But I'm easily confusable, so grain of salt.
No argument.
That's because there is none. That is a fact right there. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. I'll still try. I'll go through the entire series.
Well, considering it's, all of an hour long each episode.
Exactly. I mean,
2 hours if you're really digging into it.
Yeah. Well, Fina really liked it. Like,
well, that's because she has taste.
That is true.
Some things.
Yeah, in some things.
Not men.
I know.
Or women.
No, she does. Anyway, the other game.
White boys.
Well, I know the still is going to be for this episode the weird fist pound half high five thing.
We did it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
You're white, I'm mostly white, half white, and it just doesn't work.
No.
Face palm.
Anyway, the last major game that I've been playing over the last little while is I got a currently preview copy of 10 Second Ninja. And that game's fun. Do you know anything about that game?
Patrick Klepek from Giant Bomb did a worth playing on it some time ago, I think, that I watched. That's about the extent of my knowledge.
Okay, well, it's coming out in March, and it's going to be your next speedrun game. Like Super Meat Boy, that kind of thing. Because you get into a level, you've got 10 seconds to clear it. And then there are stars based on the time that you've taken to clear it, and it'll say how many hundredths of a second you have until the next star. And it's very fast, like insanely fast gameplay.
What do you mean by clear, though? I mean, are you trying to kill enemies? Are you trying to get to the end, or what?
Okay, you're trying to kill enemies, and those enemies are Nazi robots for reasons.
Do you need reasons for Nazi robots?
You never need reasons for Nazi robots.
It's not quite zombies, but
yeah,
it's also established.
Yeah,
exactly. But yeah,
Christ, Wolfenstein 3D, I think, established that.
Yeah, they've been around for a while. But yeah, it's
that
fun.
Was just Hitler in a robot suit, but close enough.
Close enough.
Mecha Hitler.
Yeah. Actually, Hitler is in this as he's robot Hitler, and he's just a floating head with a laser mouth.
and he paints paintings with no arms.
No. He attempts to paint paintings.
He paints them.
There's nothing there.
I visualized it with my face mind.
What? What? Your face
I
mind?
saw it. You didn't see it.
I think you
Sleep.
need to get your nipple brain checked.
But yeah, so the gameplay is
Still there?
Is it? Is it there?
I don't want to talk about it.
This is
Leave my nipples out of this.
That's a soundbite, all right. But yeah, so the game is really fast. Like I said, you've only got 10 seconds, but most levels you clear in like 3 or 4 seconds. And with the ability to get into the game really quickly, it starts really fast. In the span of like a quarter second, it says ready ninja, and then you go and you're like controller, and then you run in and do stuff.
My only gripe with the game.
There was supposed to be a patch that came out today that will not start the counter until you move or do something. So that might fix your gripe. I don't know. I like it the way it is, just because it's so fast and so insane. I like that. It's just like,
and it's great for being really fast paced like that, but at the same time, like, I want to get up and go to the fridge and get another beer. I put my controller down. It's just going to keep running and running and running, and I'm like,
no, it'll stop.
Screensaver.
It'll stop.
I guess.
After 10 seconds, it'll
stop. Fail out, yeah, but I mean, in my mind, when I get into a game, it should have a 10-second timer on the clock, and as soon as I hit over or hit a button, then it should start.
Yeah.
Not like all of a sudden, okay, I have to look at the map. Oh, the countdown's already going. I might as well start doing things without knowing what the hell I'm doing, which I guess is a positive or negative depending on how you look at it. But I like to analyze and then go balls to the wall.
Well, there's no like anything bad happen for failure. Like there's no penalty. It's just you just start the level again, and it's as easy as pressing a bumper, and you're back in, just like that. So
now, is it top down, side
scroll?
Okay.
Yep. Very similar in design to Super Meat Boy, just not without the depth. It's like just a couple layers or something like that.
And actually, first thing I thought of when I saw it was cell phone games.
Oh yeah,
because like while you play it, you have 10 seconds to do it, and it shows you a rating from 1 to 3 stars or 0 stars if you failed.
Yep.
And then you get a chance to retry. And there's so many cell phone games that are exactly like that.
Yeah, I mean, you just described half of the iOS store?
Yeah, I can't remember. There was one kitten one. What was that kitten game?
Techno Kitten Adventure?
No, it was a cat. You gotta get the ball of yarn to a cat, and I don't remember what
Oh yeah, you played the shit out of that game.
It was so embarrassing, but so fun.
You need to stop taking so many drugs.
I don't take any drugs. I'm just really, really easily amused.
Yes, you are.
You need to take more drugs.
Clearly. But yeah, the game's got online leaderboards and stuff like that, and I don't know. I've been yelling at people on Twitter because I've beaten their score and then they beat my score, and it's been this argument going through, and it's just a lot of fun. Just like, oh, I got you now. I'm like, oop, I hit your pop filter. I'm sorry.
You do that sometimes.
I do that sometimes.
I've given it a name and a backstory. I'm not willing to share it with you. It's dirty.
No, the question is there... No, I'm not going to get into that.
No, let's not.
Because it's actually entirely pointless for the listeners as opposed to the viewers, because they don't even know what the pop filter looks like, other than kind of moist.
Yeah, that's true. Never lick a pop filter. That is some serious shit right there. Never fucking lick a pop filter. They are gross. Anyway,
yeah. Where can people find it? It's not out yet, obviously, but where can people find it eventually?
It'll be on Steam.
Okay.
Yep. Much like pretty much everything else I've talked about except for Hoplite.
Yeah. And it's not in early access currently or anything like that?
It was greenlit, I believe. Yeah, pretty sure it was greenlit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first...
So people can't actually play it right now.
No, it comes out in March. Like I said, I've got a press copy, so that's what I've been playing, and you tried out today.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
I assume it's not under embargo.
Nope.
Okay.
What's embargo?
Don't hate me, Dan.
Basically, an embargo is a set date before which an unreleased product cannot be discussed or photographed or, disseminated to the public.
Oh. God, I hope not.
Let me check my email. Gotta check my email to make sure that I didn't fuck up. Anyway, what have you been playing?
Dark Souls. That's about... I basically, in the 2 weeks since we last talked, I have done very little, which is actually kind of why I organized that thing last Saturday.
We drank.
We drank.
We
played some
ponged.
video games. We played some beer pong.
Yeah, you did.
And yeah, we played a couple of video games because I realized I hadn't played any video games up until that point, aside from Dark Souls, and I haven't really played anything since Saturday, except for some Dark Souls. I'm kind of in a slump right now. I'm not even really playing Dark Souls because it's a game. It's a pleasant, meditative
experience.
Basically, it's a means for me to kind of occupy time in a semi-meaningful and interesting fashion.
Well,
so it's
certainly
it's basically knitting.
It's a pastime.
Yeah.
Knitting with
Knitting with
impalement.
Yeah, well, both involve sharp objects and cursing and blood.
That is true, actually.
You've never seen me knit.
Surprisingly good logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
We're good?
Oh yeah,
You're
good.
not going to jail?
No, I'm not going to jail.
Indie press jail?
Not for this.
So, you weren't supposed to talk about that, Lyndon.
Bank heists?
Anyway, continue.
Still running. Actually, I don't think I've ever mentioned my character's name. I called it Nidhogg. I call
Really?
her Nidhogg, rather.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she's soul level 94, 96, something like
shit.
that. She's the one I talked about a little while ago who was my straight sorcery and pyro.
This is your second character.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've dumped about another 45, 50 hours into her.
Oh, wow.
On top of another 60, I think, for my other guy.
Shit.
Yeah. No, I'm basically... Oh, wait, yeah, I'm at Gwyn.
Shit. Yeah, you're almost done.
I am basically done. I mean, I've certainly gone up to the door. At this point, I'm not beating it because I can't, but rather because there's still things I want to do.
Yeah.
Kill everybody and take their stuff.
Kill everybody, take their stuff. I'm still doing some PvP. I took the quote unquote Dark Lord path, I guess, where I went with Kath rather than Frampt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
This means nothing to you, does it?
No, I've never played it.
You should. If nothing else, play the second one.
I think I've played it a bit on PS3, but with no real intention of getting into it.
No.
So I was just like, these are things. I'm doing the stuff.
You should play.
Next.
You should play
You
it.
can get it for really cheap on Steam these days.
I can lend you. I'll lend you my PS3.
The
I don't
PC
wanna- I
version's
don't
a
wanna
lot
play
better.
it.
I will fucking cut you.
I don't. There's no. My TV is crap. It would look terrible anyway.
Can I borrow your knife?
Oh, wrong pair of pants.
Shit.
I just got out of the shower.
Okay. Well, I will cut you.
Took your
I'll
knife
cut
in
you
there.
tomorrow. I'll cut you tomorrow. Okay. Just I've got a meeting.
I'll make a memo.
Yeah, I've got a meeting.
Come by my cubicle.
Yep.
I will stab you.
I'll cut you so good.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot more PvP. I finally figured out that, hey, maybe I should port forward the Games for Windows Live connections, or open them,
Why?
because I had rarely any luck invading or being invaded prior to this. So I opened my ports, and now I'm capable of, being invaded or invading with great regularity in Dark Souls, which has kind of allowed me to finally experience the PvP the way it should be.
Yeah. And it's so good.
It's really good. It's kind of a weird game within a game.
Oh,
Because
totally.
it involves basically, it's what if somebody took the mechanics of Dark Souls and gave it to somebody entirely different, and then just told them to make a PvP system, I think this is probably what they'd end up with, because it's really not a PvP system in the traditional sense, aside from the arena, which nobody fucking uses.
No. I don't know why that exists.
Because they wanted to make a structured PvP, but by the time they released that DLC or put out the PC version, people had already basically built their own matchmaking systems through forums and whatnot, and established the tenets and rule set they wanted to have, the locations they wanted to, congregate in order to increase the odds of invasion or being invaded. So by the time the Artorias DLC or the PC version came out, it was basically pointless for them to, try and shoehorn in their own arena, so to speak. Because I've been in there, a half dozen times, and nobody's ever there. I've never actually managed to get an arena match.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, the PvP or even PvE in that game, it's really best just in the main world. Like I've always liked it in the fact that you just get invaded and you're like, oh shit, now what?
Yeah, I run around human. I'm
totally.
rarely not human unless I'm doing a boss run, and even then, if I'm trying to summon somebody or summon one of the NPCs, I'll be human.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actively searching for the chance to pit myself against another human player, actually I found the painted world to be very effective. There's a lot of people are human going into there, and I don't know why.
Yeah, and a lot of people leave not human.
I do my best.
Yeah, that place is fucking hard.
Yeah, kind of. It's not. Again, I'm a glass cannon. My build, I've only started putting points into vitality.
You need those.
You do, but you don't. I mean, if you're capable of two-shotting at the most just about everything in the game, including most human opponents.
Yeah, that's great. But you're squishy.
I'm squishy, but I try not to get hit.
Yeah,
And if I do need to, tank something, I just throw in Havel's armor.
that is true.
Iron Flesh that shit up and wade into battle.
And that's just like our payday. It's like most of the levels we go try to be stealthy. We've only got a little bit of armor. We just sneak our way through. And it's like, oh, we've got to escape now. Thump.
Who's your fifth? Who's your fourth this week? Now that Brennan's gone.
Fourth is probably going to be Nick, one of Lyndon's buddies.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to him tonight, and I just before I came out here, he's like, "Oh, they're doing the payday thing, and no, it's tomorrow." I'm like, "Oh, but they probably need a fourth. You want in?" Sure.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, which is perfect because we're scrambling, actually, because Brennan's gone, and in order to replace Brennan, we got Kevin. So he's going to be with us for a few episodes. And now Mike is out for this week. So it's like, okay, now what are we going to do without Mike? So now we've got Nick.
Yeah, I got it too. If you ever need a fifth.
Well, if you'll be awake, I mean...
Well, what time are you doing it?
We start at 7.
I'm not going to enjoy myself, but I could get up for that.
Grumble your way onto the mic and just like, oh, fuck.
You robbing a bank? Fine, I'll be waiting in the van.
Call me if you need help. Actually, that'd be curious. If you got into the van right off the get-go on one of the levels where the van drives away, and then
You fall out.
You do?
Yeah, or at least you used to. Basically, what happened is you will travel with the van until you hit an invisible wall that the van passes through, and you don't.
Just like, see you suckers. Funk.
Oh my god, what
And I
do
don't
do
think there's any. There's no way to get caught inside the van, so it kills you either. It's basically just textures and polygons aside. It's basically just an empty box inside that thing, so you can't.
You can't get caught in
There's
it.
a slight ledge, but you probably just bounce off it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame. Well, I mean, it's not a shame considering that you want to, be alive. But it'd be really funny.
Oh, yeah, just like, well, see you later. Have fun with this heist.
You
And
can't shoot the driver either, which is something I'm kind of disappointed in.
which is interesting considering that the driver can die on, Watch Dogs.
Yeah, otherwise known as Cocaine RS.
Yep. But yeah, I don't know. We're really enjoying going back into that. That game is really best when you have a group of 4 people who can like properly get together and plan out a heist and do it and actually try to do it stealthy as a team and can communicate.
Not this guy.
Fuck.
Have you done the penthouse, the Senator's penthouse yet?
I did.
Okay, you haven't on the stream yet?
We didn't do it on the stream.
Okay, 'cause
well,
that's-
we have done it on the stream, but we just haven't done it silent on the stream.
Yeah, because I spent probably 4 hours one afternoon just repeating that level back and forth and back and forth.
Sunday, I played about 2 hours trying to get it, and Mike and TJ eventually joined me, and we couldn't get it. Like every single fucking time, it took like the last level, the penthouse itself.
Yeah.
Took about 8 or 9 times, and eventually we're like, fuck it. Like, Mike has to go. I have to go. TJ was busy with something. Like, let's just fucking finish this thing. But then later in the day, I soloed it, and I got, well, the first mission took me about half an hour, I think, because that went sour. I got 8 paintings out of it, which took forever, but I got it. Second mission, got ambushed. So, and of course I'm a tank and I'm carrying all this money, so I'm just like lugging it slowly, going back and forth, leapfrog.
Really not meant for one person.
No, it's not. So that took like another good half hour, and then 45 minutes into Framing Frame, which first try, I might add, which was absolutely remarkable. Got it. And then I was like, okay, the safe is open. All I need to do now is get past the lasers and get the gold. And then I find out that the lasers take about 15 seconds and then they pop back up. Yeah. So I was like, who's on my friend list online? Lyndon! Hey, buddy, how's it going? I need
you to sit here and hit this button.
No, I got him to carry
He
the
hit
gold.
the button. I just walked in, carried gold, walked out. Walk in, carry gold, got out. And then I got, like, power leveled.
Yep. Well, you only went up, like, 2 levels. But, I mean, we cleared 1 million in the offshore and 275 in hand.
It's not bad.
Well, it was on normal.
Okay.
It was on normal. If we did it on overkill, then it'd be way better, but fuck, like
You wouldn't be able to solo it.
Well, it's been done. Kevin did it, but that was like way, way, way ago. I'd like to try it on overkill, because that's the thing. If you're on overkill and you do it stealthily, like, you're not going to have to deal with all the bullshit that overkill brings. Overkill is going to get really insane if you fuck up. Because
there's still more.
There's more cameras, more guards and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can deal with those. When you are on overkill and you set that alarm, you've got bulldozers, you've got the cloakers, which are the siphon filters that we keep talking about. You've got everything coming at you. We call them siphon filters. Kevin brought it up, and it was like, that sticks.
It fit.
There was no cloakers in Siphon Filter.
Now there are. Oh, and siphon filter, no, of course
Splinter
not.
Cell.
Yeah, but I don't know. It fit. It stuck. We're sticking with it. Doesn't matter.
It's a callback to a fucking PS1 game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I don't know how many people will
I played the shit out of that game because it was kind of like Metal Gear Solid, and I really liked Metal Gear Solid.
Fuck yeah.
Also, I liked setting people on fire with a taser.
You could do that?
Yeah. You
I
had an unlimited ammo air taser, basically, the one that shoots wires. And if you just held the button down, they eventually lit on fire and screamed.
That's fantastic. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it was, in hindsight, kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, extremely. Absolutely.
This is why I grew up this way.
You're messed up for lots of reasons.
Yeah, all I really played when as a kid was Crash.
Bandicoot?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, you're really fucked up.
I never played a lot of that.
I played a little bit, and that was about it. But I never owned a PlayStation. So
Most of my PlayStation was spent playing Final Fantasy games, Metal Gear Solid, Tactics, played a fuck ton of Tactics.
Oh, naturally.
Actually, I still got my copy of Metal Gear Solid. I found it in my closet yesterday, or
Nice.
last weekend.
No, I grew up Nintendo, so NES, or SNES, N64.
Yeah, SNES, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, N64. Never had an original Xbox.
Went to Dreamcast, actually.
Ooh, never had one of those.
That was a bad decision.
I don't know. I mean, PS2 obviously would have been the better decision
Yeah,
for
considering
longevity.
that is arguably the best console ever released.
But I mean, there were so many good, unique games on that.
Yeah, out of the 12 that got released for it.
Yeah, and?
I guess that was a high percentage win, but
Yeah.
not much more than
The
that.
overall quality of the Dreamcast was fantastic, but nobody fucking touched the damn thing.
Which is a shame. I love that thing. I mean, it was niche and weird, but for those who wanted niche and weird, it was a good time.
Perfect for you.
Perfect. Because I'm niche and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that,
Yeah, do you want to cut it short today?
well,
Because we're 45 minutes in, give or take.
God damn it.
Unless you've got something else to talk about.
I don't know. Kind of. I can make 15 minutes worth of bullshit about this. One thing I did actually start doing Monday, Tuesday, I guess. The Crate and Crowbar podcast, which is kind of my favorite PC gaming podcast.
Yeah.
The last episode kind of discussed a couple of soundtracks off the beaten path that they really liked. I mean, everybody knows Journey, everybody knows Bastion, everybody knows, Super Meat Boy, Fez. These are kind of like the highlights of the recent years of video game soundtracks, and they kind of went back and discussed a few of the lesser well-known ones. Basically, they speaking of Splinter Cell, actually, the Chaos Theory soundtrack was one that they highly recommended.
Interesting. Never got to that game.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played that one either. I enjoyed the Splinter Cell series. Played the shit out of the first one and the second one, but never actually played the third one, I don't think.
I got pissed off at the first one. I never got back to it.
Yeah,
Reason being because the second the alarm went off, the game was over.
No, not really, but
Well, you had to go back to a checkpoint. That's the thing.
yeah, it was not easy. I'm going to give you that much. Maybe it wasn't even particularly well designed, but it just gave you more incentive to not get caught.
Sure, but I like getting out of sticky situations. That's why I like Metal Gear Solid. That's why I like Payday 2.
Man, I
Octodad.
Octodad.
You've obviously never done a completely silent Metal Gear Solid run.
Nope.
Alarm. Oh, geez, that's the only way I play that game is non-lethal, no alarms.
What did I do non-lethal?
I think that's my biggest gripe with playing Payday. As soon as that alarm goes off, I want to exit the game, restart the game, and restart my stealth run.
Yeah.
Because once the stealth is done, I'm like, well, fuck this shit.
The problem is that game's really not designed for it.
No, and it's not. And One of my buddies was mentioning Thief comes out right away. And
Yeah, which may or may not be great.
I've never played a Thief game.
Oh, jeez.
But I love stealth games, like Mark of the Ninja. And
The third one is not the best by any means, but it is still entirely good and doesn't look like clown ass. The first two fantastic games, I had probably sunk 200 hours into them. Some of the probably easily in my top 3 games ever. But goddamn, they did not age well.
Yeah.
Just visually, it looks like shit.
I have a question. Clown ass? Was that the first thing that came to mind, really?
No, it wasn't. But it was the most
accurate,
podcast appropriate.
Yeah, podcast friendly. I mean, sure, the word ass is involved, and clown isn't really something most people like, but it's better than, I guess dog bollocks might have been another choice.
Yeah, it looks like dog bollocks.
Dog bollocks. Yeah.
It's got a case of the Deus Ex where everything is square and round.
Shit, it looked like Deus Ex looked kind of shit at the time.
Yeah, and now
It looks bad.
really bad.
Which is why Human Revolution came out.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they kind of screwed the pooch on that one. It was really good looking though.
It was really good, except for the boss battles, which they fucking farmed out to another studio.
Exactly.
Which kind of was really stupid.
And I no killed stealth on hard that one. So
Okay.
yeah.
And Thief may or may not be good, because it is also coming out of Eidos, Square Enix, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Eidos Montreal.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's the same development team that did Human Revolution, because they would have been probably operating concurrently.
Are you sure?
No, but considering Human Revolution was 2011?
Well, okay, there might have been some turnover, but I'm pretty sure it's the same crew. That's what I heard.
I don't know. I have to think Thief has been in development longer than the, couple 2-3 years it's been since Human Revolution.
Oh wait. Who did Hitman Absolution?
Like what development studio?
Yeah. Because I thought that might have been related.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I thought it was the same one.
Well, regardless, I haven't.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had a really like I played Mark of the Ninja, and that was a nice side scroller stealth. But the last time I really did like a full game of kind of a full stealth mode was Oblivion.
Let me guess, you had a bow.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Sneak shot, run away. Sneak shot.
Yeah, I definitely did something very similar in Oblivion and Skyrim, but I never really considered it, a pure stealth run. Mostly I just considered it abusing the mechanics.
I'll allow it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because that game did not handle the AI really didn't know what to do when they were being attacked but had no clear targets. It was slightly better in Skyrim, but not really.
Yeah, they also weren't great at telling when you were stripping them of their clothes and then killing them.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just take your underwear. Oh, okay.
Well, did
Where's
you ever
my
play
underwear?
Skyrim?
I did not play the full... Well, okay, I played the main game, I played the Dark Brotherhood, and that was it.
Oh, you never did the Thieves Guild?
No. It was just... I don't know. It felt too Oblivion-y, I guess, to me. I really didn't want to do... I committed so much time to Oblivion, I was like, okay, I did the main game, I did what I came for.
Yeah,
I have no desire to continue.
But basically, you could spec yourself out in Skyrim in such a way that you were doing like 640% extra backstab damage if you were hitting somebody with a dagger.
Oh, wow.
And you also had the ability to spec out in such a way that you were basically perfectly invisible, like even to quote unquote bosses.
Yeah.
So one of the Thieves Guild quest line ended with you having to basically duel, a traitor in the Thieves Guild, and I one-shot him.
Well, see ya.
Yeah, I literally just cloaked, waited for him to walk in front of me, stabbed him in the back, and he dropped. And
Wow.
that's a boss fight that's supposed to take some amount of time.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, that game was not really. It was fun to play. It was fun to break, but.
Yeah. Oh, no, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, and you brought up something that made me think of another game I recently went through, but kind of backwards. by mentioning music. And one of the greatest games of music that I've heard recently is VVVVVV.
VVVVVV.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Great soundtrack, and you suck for not playing it.
Fuck you.
I have it on my 3DS.
It's so fun, but I just recently beat it in flip mode
Oh, jeez.
with full trinkets.
Okay, I never got far enough to get trinkets. What the hell are those?
There's 20 of them hidden throughout the game, and it's just basically...
Oh,
Doing
just
the-
collectibles?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But there's the Veni Vidi Vici part was kind of a pain in the ass to do in flip mode.
I've seen that video. That's just fucking gross.
What is?
Veni Vidi Vici.
Oh, it's fun as hell.
Jesus.
It's hard. It was so hard to do in flip mode after getting used to it in main mode, but
You were playing on the PC?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. And
But yeah, you're right. That did have a very good soundtrack.
such a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like I could just leave it sit there and just watch him bounce up and down in the Gravitron and be happy with that. But yeah, no, it was still pretty fun in flip mode.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just achievement hunting, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, do we have any favorite soundtracks? I mean,
That'll be mine right there.
yeah, of
I love
recent years,
Payday. I love
Payday
Payday
is a
2.
good soundtrack.
Holy shit. I mean, that's like my pump up music. If I want to do anything, like if I think about like I'm on my way to the gym or I want to get some work done, it's like boom, throwing that as just like
Oh, actually, on SoundCloud, you can find the Samurai Gun soundtrack. There's like 10 tracks or whatever.
Ooh.
You should really get it because, I mean, there's obviously that first intro one. If you just leave it running long enough, you get that kind of grungy
it's like
samurai hip hop.
yeah, it's like Wu-Tang actually.
Similar, yeah. But there's actually like another 6 tracks somewhere in that game of very similar style.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know where they're hitting. I don't know when they take place, considering there's not a lot to that game. But
No.
Maybe that should be part of the soundtrack, is figuring out where they, or tell you where they come from.
Yeah, maybe.
But anyway, yeah,
That
Dose 1, DOSEONE, one word. Just find it on SoundCloud. He's got the Samurai Gun soundtrack. Or SoundCloud? Yeah, I think SoundCloud.
Which reminds me, the Towerfall music came out.
Yeah, the Towerfall OST came out a couple of days ago. Alec Howalka?
I think that's how you pronounce his name. We're sorry if we
Yeah, well, it's not like he listens to this. Anyway, yeah, I got that. I bought that immediately. I was actually late for work that day because
because you're
I
downloading
woke
it.
up, checked my email right before I left,
Yeah,
saw it came out,
it's like I need
looked at
this
my
now.
clock, realized, nope, not going to make it. Hit the buy button, waited for it to download, transferred it to my phone, then called a cab.
Nice. You know, I
God,
can't,
that soundtrack's good, actually.
it is good. I don't know if I particularly enjoy it out of game. It just it fits the game super well, but I don't know if it fits my lifestyle. Being a badass. Visual gag, I like that. But
Also, no, that was an audio gag, too.
now it is.
No, just Tim called himself a badass. That's just funny.
The lulls. So many lulls.
Yeah, no, I can see what you mean by that. I definitely, for me, I've put enough. Can't talk about that. Never mind. It's a good soundtrack. Once it's out, I will talk about it more.
Yeah.
The game is out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, no. If nothing else, you should definitely go listen to it. Again, you can find it. Just Google Towerfall soundtrack, you'll find it.
Yep. I think it's on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
It's on Alec's Bandcamp.
Yes. Grim Fandango. That's another good soundtrack.
Never
Also
actually
free.
I never played it.
Really?
No.
Yeah. Well, that's actually not surprising considering you are not a big adventure game guy.
Well, and when did that come out? Like
97?
really?
Oh, I think so.
That late?
Maybe.
Well, I mean,
It was one
could
of the
be.
very last of the LucasArts adventure games.
Yeah.
And considering probably, I mean, it's that or Monkey Island are basically considered to be like the ultimate LucasArts style adventure games.
Yeah. Well, at the time, my PC would never handle it. That's why I was into console games.
It was actually fairly intensive for the time.
Yeah, it was.
98.
Oh, okay.
October 30th of 98.
So what's special about that one?
It's got this really nice Latin kind of salsa Fandango. It basically
it's kind of grim.
It's got a semi-noir, semi-Latin influenced soundtrack in that it's kind of got the melancholy horns. It's got the some upbeat, high tempo castanet style tracks. It's just a really good soundtrack in general. And in my case, I've got a lot of fond memories tied to it too.
It could be key.
Well, that's honestly one of the reasons I have such fondness for the Towerfall soundtrack.
Yeah,
And that's exactly as much as I'm going to say about it.
and then or like Bastion. Like,
Yeah. Actually, no,
Bastion.
Bastion by itself is just a fantastic soundtrack. You could never have played that game and love that soundtrack.
oh, absolutely. But you play that game and you love that soundtrack
Oh, it fits.
so much more.
That game was great.
That game was fan-fucking-tastic. I absolutely adore that game.
I wish I'd beat it twice. I beat it once.
I beat it once,
I've only beat it once too, but
I played it more for the story than I did the experience,
Yeah, fair enough.
and that's
Actually,
how I do
it
a
had a
lot
really
of
good
games.
story.
It had such a good story, but
In that
again,
case,
not
you
one.
might like Kentucky Road Zero.
actually, yeah, you probably would.
Yeah, it's story games. I
Actually,
can't.
have you played The Wolf Among Us?
No,
You
I haven't.
should.
Yeah, because
Why
if you
haven't you?
like The Walking Dead, you might really like The Wolf Among Us. Episode 1 was fantastic.
Is it a Telltale? Or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the next Telltale. It's one of the next Telltale series, considering they're also doing Walking Dead Season 2 concurrently. As
Yeah.
well as, I think they're like a 4
They're
fucking...
doing Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and there was another one. They're doing like 4 different fucking projects concurrently. It's nuts. I don't know when the hell they got that big.
Good for them. I guess. Oh, I hope they do it right. And
Well, yeah, they're a strangely hit and miss studio. I mean, basically everything up until the Walking Dead Season 1 was kind of... I really enjoyed the Sam and Max stuff, but that's because I really enjoy Sam and Max. But I mean, Back to the Future and Jurassic Park were not particularly well received.
I
Poker
thought,
Night at the Inventory was a not great poker game, but it was funny at least.
well, I thought Back to the Future actually got some decent reviews.
Not from what I remember.
Mm.
I never played it, and I really like Telltale, so I'd probably, to me, at least means not great.
Fair enough.
I'll have to remember that to try Wolf Among Us.
No, you really should.
yeah,
I
it's
didn't
actually-
even think about that. Like, that's
It
right down your alley.
looks goddamn amazing. The first episode was really good. The second episode I've not played yet, but I'm hearing middling things about. But if nothing else, just play it for the visuals, and actually the music in that is pretty good too.
Yeah, that one I want to take a look at. I didn't
Yeah,
want to
you-
get into Walking Dead because, like I said, zombies.
dead
I'm
inside?
Fucking done. Fuck you.
It's-
No,
Let's be honest, you are pretty much.
Tell me I'm wrong. Please don't cut me. Tell me I'm wrong. Please don't cut me.
I'm gonna fucking cut you.
Well, then tell me I'm wrong.
No. Anyway, but yeah, The Wolf Among Us looks pretty fucking
Back
sweet.
to the Future 74 on Metacritic, so kind of
Kind of meh. 74.
Not meh.
That's another thing, and that I mean, we're gonna have to talk about it in another podcast. But the rating system having to be like 7 and up.
Metacritic's a fucking disaster for game
Oh,
development.
totally, dude.
That being said,
Fuck. Well, fair enough. But at the same
It
time,
says it all.
that's why I don't do review scores for that exact reason. Just because there's so many.
You don't do review scores because I didn't do review scores.
I know I didn't do review scores when I planned on doing reviews. It's not my thing. I follow I want to be like Rock Paper Shotgun in that essence, but that's because things are subjective. I take for example, and this is kind of a shitty example, but I'm going to go with it anyway. There was Duke Nukem on the N64.
Duke Nukem 3D.
No, not 3D. It was like an apocalypse one. You went through time. I don't know why, but
Katana?
No, it was Duke Nukem. I swear to his god. Anyway, it got a 6 out of 10 on I think EGM. It was a while back, but it was sort of received okay. Like it was better than meh, but not really. But I really enjoyed that game, and for various reasons, and I feel that variance in opinions can change, and I can only tell a game is as good as its merits and its faults compared to me. It's going to change for each individual person.
Well, I think everybody should look at some amount of reviews prior to buying a game.
Like a number.
These days, it's just there's so many games
Way
of
too many
such
games.
varying quality that unless it's from an established developer or somebody you will probably like, that's easier in the indie world than it is in the AAA
Yeah.
world. But everybody should probably read a couple reviews before they buy a game. In most cases,
Yeah, I mean, if it is that one developer you like, or maybe a specific genre that you're going for, something you've been waiting for.
But what I also think needs to be done is I need fuck, damn it.
And I ruined your train of thought by tapping at my wrist.
Basically, if you do it long enough, if you're going to be buying enough games that you're going to be reading a lot of reviews, it behooves you to find a reviewer who you feel kind of has very similar taste or encapsulates what you're looking for in most games.
Yeah.
The Giant Bomb, Patrick Klepek is one who I find has probably fairly similar taste to mine, so I trust what he says to some degree. What the fuck's his name?
Company?
Fucking leader of Giant Bomb.
Oh, Jeff.
I'm thinking
Gerstmann.
Paul Gerstmann. What the fuck? No, that's not it.
Jeff Gerstmann.
Yeah, Jeff. He's kind of hit and miss. He's a much more acerbic, kind of jaded, some might even say cynical, in his outlook towards many video games. But in certain genres, he certainly has similar feelings to mine, and just that. And it's really easy to kind of go the cynical Brit Yahtzee Croshaw. Just everything's shit.
Yeah.
Style of
Reviews
or just games journalism. I mean, that has its place. I find it more as a source of amusement.
Yeah, me too.
Than actual kind of
No,
journalism
I agree.
/ reviews.
I agree.
But it still makes a lot of sense to find somebody who's going to be playing a lot of games and whose opinions you trust, just to save yourself some money and time, because you probably aren't going to be playing, everything that comes out. Or
Especially with the explosion of indie games, there's there's still so many games.
actually, that's one of the reasons I like Patrick Klepek. His worth reading and worth watching segments on Giant Bomb are great source for kind of weird and off the beaten path indie games.
Mm-hmm. But anyway,
Yeah, but with that,
we're gonna call her. It's about an hour.
Who are calling?
You
I'm not a
Batman,
her.
Today?
Ghostbusters,
I don't want to talk about it.
RoboCop.
Robocop.
Oh yeah, Broforce.
Why didn't we play
Update.
Broforce this weekend?
What?
Why didn't we? That's a good
We
question.
actually talked about it.
We did.
Too.
We did. But yeah, there's an update. There's a new update. There's coconuts and tactical swine. And Conan the Barbarian and Machete.
No, Brobarian. The Brobarian. I know it's Brobarian. I don't know what to actually call him though.
Bronan. It's
Bronan?
Bronan the
It's
I
Barbarian.
have to imagine it's Bronan.
And it's
Bronan the
Brochetti.
Brobarian.
And Brochetti.
Anyway,
Yes.
wait, Conan didn't have a machete.
No, it's two characters.
Dude, yeah. It's
There's
Machete.
Bronan, and then there's another
Like
guy called
Danny
Brochetti.
Trejo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, they the guys at Free Lives partnered up with Devolver, so it's yeah.
I love Devolver.
I love Devolver too. They're great peoples. Anyway, let's cut it.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. See you guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.